It's a lifelong process to keep ourselves in the waking plane or alert awareness so that we do our sadhana continuously. Left to ourselves, we will be pulled down only into the rajo or the tamo. This is what a human being's sadhana. People are accustomed to rajas and tamas, so they are happy with that. But in that rajasic activities of desires, tamasic activities of laziness or sleepiness, what great sukha that is there in sattva guna they won't get. So too will not go beyond the gunas to reach to the self. So who are they? It is we also. Therefore, keeping away all other people's example, we take our own selves. So if I don't keep myself always awakened through all the processes that I know, I'll go into the rajo and tamo and destroy myself. Nobody said that it is easier. It is always tough only. But the tough thing being doing itself is called tapasya or sadhana. And those who have done, they have reached to Shuddha Sattva Guna and through that to the Tattva Anubhuti. They are reveling in the Tattva Anubhuti. And like the youngsters worked very hard, tough for 15, 16, 18 hours per day. Now they got the the civil services or something like that. Now they are enjoying that dignity, that glory. Others, those who have hesitated to work hard because of fear or I can't do attitude, they are not even clerk anywhere. So hard work is required for the higher achievements. So too in sports, very dedicated practices, they go to the national teams. If not, only at the gully may they play. In the same way, spirituality may the more tougher sadhanas we do, the more outshine or shining that comes in our antakarana. Don't try to look for alternatives. Only try to understand how best this can be done. One of the thing is knowing this knowledge just now shared and sankalpa bala. I must come to sattva guna. I must know the truth through the sattva. That I must wala can be very helpful to defeat the rajotamo attacks and do the practice of sattva, shuddha sattva and tattva. ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This mantra with meaning we chanted 6 times. Now let us come to our everyday chants and our entry into study. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य हैन्दववैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानपुनर्जागरणविश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः पारायणमध्ये वयं सर्वे karishyamahe. Om ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरेयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ सप्तमोऽनुवाकः। Friends, let us chant the Anuvakam, which is under our study or discussion. That is the seventh Anuvaka. Om Asadva idamagra asit tato vai sadajayat tadatmanaggasvayamakuruta tasmat tat sukrutamucchata iti yadvai tat sukrutam raso vai saha रसगह्येवायं लब्ध्वानन्दे भवति को ह्येवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात् एष ह्येवानन्दयाति यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्न दृश्येनात्मे अनिरुक्ते अनिलयने अभयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते अतसो अभयं गतो भवते यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्नुदरमन्तरं कुरुते अथ तस्य भयं भवति अथ तस्य भयं भवते तत्त्वेव भयं विदुषो मन्वानस्य तदप्येष श्लोको भवति। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Friends, yesterday the up to 6 Anuvakas essence we have spent 40 minutes and seen. Now, if whatever is studied, if we go on forgetting, now we can't move ahead. It is your homework. Definitely, yesterday's talk you must listen at least once more, because in that the entire essence, synopsis, summary is discussed. So, the toward the end, the main thought is every Anuvaka is having two parts in it. First part is the the Rigveda mantra authority for what is said by the Yajurveda Brahmana, the Upanishad which you are studying, about any of the subjects, especially the self, in the second portion of the earlier Anuvaka. We have done the sixth Anuvaka. What a beautiful, exhaustive, great it was. We at least had a taste of study. How much we remember, how much we do sadhana, it's all we have to evolve slowly. Now you know what is a spirituality, how much inner outer preparation is required even to enter into it and continuously, sustainingly listen to it. Thereafter to remember the knowledge, practice it. And when we become single pointed for it, it becomes less difficult. When we have many other programs, projects also along with that, they take away our time and energy and all. For this, we don't have time energy. That's why they said, "Na karmana na prajayana dhanena tyagena," all that. So we have to then, if you don't want the truth, then you leave all this process, go back to your own worldliness. But if at all your jijnasa is tivra, I must know, I must establish in the self, then this is the price we have to pay. Higher the greater the thing, greater is the price of tapasya here. Tapasya of being regular in listening, being sincere in understanding, being again very, very committed in doing the homework, trying to grasp every sentence and its implication in our life. ये सब जो करते हैं वही बनते हैं and not new to you. You have done such things many times in other works of the world. It may be your study time. You have taken thing in your hands and fulfilled that, beautifully doing. It may be helping your brothers, sisters. You have done consciously. keeping aside all other things, doing only that. Maybe your own work, job, profession, business. Definitely, every human being in something, whether it is selfish or unselfish, righteous or unrighteous, that topic we are not discussing. We are talking about mehnat, tapasya. It can be getting your children educated or settled in study or what do you say, the job. You have done committed. Maybe making a beautiful house for yourself. We know that to achieve anything, that type of involvement is required. So here also, when we truly involve, definitely the knowledge becomes ours. And have patience, have perseverance. पूरा धैर्य धीरता से लगातार करते करने से ही बात पहले समझ में आता है. पहली बात क्या है ना, बात समझ में आना है. What it is, exactly what's the picture of the goal to be reached, what's the picture of the path to be walked, what's the picture of the qualification for that, and in what position my picture stands now. Is it not? पहले तो बात पते की है. You have to understand all this. So I'm in Tamoguna, I'm in Rajoguna. First we have to know, not I am, all of us. Then how to come out of it. What food I have to change, what routine I have to change, what unnecessary meeting with the people or seeing the things I have to reduce. ये सब मिलकर साधना. It starts from here only. See that great mantra in that fourth Anuvaka in the Upasana, first Valli of Shiksha. What was it so clearly? Inside the Om, Parabrahma is there. So we have to break through or go through the Om to reach Parabrahma. But we are not able to reach to the Om also. Because Om is covered by something. And what is that which is covering the Om? See, Medhaya Pihitaha. Is it not? The Medha, the knowledge or the information about everything other than Paramatma is becoming such a thicker than the thickest cover, obstruction, even to reach to the Om Upasana, Om understanding, Om practice. And unless Om understanding and Om practice, Om Upasana are done, the self which is sheathed by the Om cannot be revealed. See how inadvertent we are. Inadvertent is not a insult or not an abuse. It's a thing. That portion we studied a year back, 7 months back. But then, since then till now, how much of the worldly medha we went on gathering? Most of it is unnecessary and making our sadhanas impossible. We have not become sensitive to that thought. कि इतना स्पष्ट रूप से बताया कि परब्रह्म इज इन द शीत ऑफ द ओम. ओम is covered by the laukika prajna. We should never have the laukika prajna for making the mind calm and quiet, and through that to do the ओम उपासना एंड परमात्मा को पाओ. बट हर दिन हमको टीवी देखना है, सारे न्यूज़ पता करना है, सबके बारे में पूछना है और सारा डिटेल कलेक्ट करना है. दिस आर ऑल व्यवहार. But the more we involve in that, our Omkara Upasana or any sadhana is not done, not possible. That's why they used to leave everything and go for good once for all. That ruthless what is a rejection of anything other than Paramatma is not done, then one cannot focus fully. That is how it is. You don't change for it to be the other way around. Only two things. If you are able to do it, we will reach the truth. If we cannot do, we will be suffering for doing, while doing. And we never try, let us continue as samsara. Everyone, जो भी संत महात्मा ज्ञानी आत्मा अनुभव पाए हैं, उन सबके लिए वही तरीका था. There is no other. So I'm just sharing with us कि how the पता करना, बात पते की है, is important in spirituality. Where do I stand? That's what the discussion was going on. What's the path? And en route, what can be the obstacles? How to overcome them? And what is the goal looks like? All that clarity. Now we have to work hard on that. Like मेहनती बच्चे वो हार्ड वर्क करते हैं. They don't know physics, they go to tuition, ये वो करके they at least get through that subject up to 80, 90 marks, if not 100. The other fellow takes it for granted. Even easy subject also he never studies. Therefore, even in that also he fails. So we have to learn from all those our life's experiences. The higher the thing to achieve, the tougher is the job to be done. And why should we deny ourselves that we can't do and all? Karte rehna. It's a continuous application of ourselves on understanding where do we stand in our qualification and how to get the required qualification. Then the path of listening, understanding, then meditating, contemplating, then nearing to the self, all this will happen. Baat ki baat. So again, the Rishi Parampara, Guru Parampara, other our Upasya Devatas bless us. परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः. May all bless us with such a sukshmata of the chitta, ekagrata of the chitta, shakti in the chitta, that not only we are listening but understanding while listening only, and that knowledge is permanently established in our heart and we mold our life according to that. ऐसा हमको मांगना है हर दिन. So okay, now sixth anuvaka. Wow, beautiful, so exhaustive. Every pankti, every pada with bhashyam we try to understand and we give solid 2 हफ्ते time उसके लिए. Now tadapyesha sloko bhavati. With this obvious every anuvaka like this sixth anuvaka also concluded. Therefore, what it is hinting at us ki in the seventh anuvaka be attentive. In the seventh anuvaka, what is said in the second portion of sixth anuvaka by the Yajurveda Brahmana, that is our Upanishad, the Taittiriya, is supported by the Rigveda mantra. That is the first portion of seventh Anuvaka. Second portion will talk about by second portion will be talked by again our Upanishad, Rigveda, Yajurveda Upanishad, our Krishna Yajurveda Upanishad, which talks in the Brahmana about the Paramatma aspect. So sweet, so cute. For that also again quotation in the next sloka, therefore, Tadapyesha Sloko Bhavati. And why that Tadapyesha Sloko Bhavati is quoted or the things are quoted from other Veda, we have exhaustively seen yesterday. To say that there is Ekavakyata in all the Vedas. And also to add to the details. Okay, so there is no that rigidity in the Yajurveda. I will not receive anything from the Rigveda. I will only hold on to what I. He says no. To whatever I am doing or sadhana I am selecting to do, in that if any improvement can be gained or added by the Rigveda mantra, I will receive wholeheartedly. That's the beauty of quoting. So too, the important thing was repetition. Repetition is the only way in Vedanta. That slowly go into the depth. Repetition the only way to remember also and recollect also. So that is why Tadapyesha Sloko Bhavati. Okay. Now having said so, now we have seen the first two parts of the seventh Anuvaka. And it was so clearly studied from the Bhashyam and we explained little carefully. If we listen, then the doubts will not that much come. केयरफुली लिसन तो बात समझ में आता है ना. सम प्लेसेस अदर प्लेसेस ना द मीनिंग गो स्मूथली. Few places we have to put little extra effort to study the bhashya because he is also struggling to make it simple for to understand what is said by Shruti Mata. So Shankar Bhagwan's bhashya also depends on the simplicity or toughness of the Upanishad. Oh, हम क्या करें? The driver's driving depends on how the road it is. A jumpy, bumpy road, and you are the owner of car sitting behind, you can't fight with the driver because road is like that. Very curvy, turny road है. तो don't say अरे सीधा ले जाओ. सब सीधा जाए तो फिर सीधा वो वैली में गिरेंगे. एक काम करते हैं, मैं उतरता हूँ, आप चलाओ. How can in a ghat road you can straightly drive? You have to take turns only. In the same way, Shruti Mata also is helpless because she'll have to guide us in such a beautiful manner that we get the thing so pakka that we are not left with any ignorance again to go anywhere. Why should we go? एक बार उपनिषद पढ़ ली तो स्पष्ट ज्ञान हमको आना चाहिए regarding sadhya sadhana, which we discussed 2 days back or yesterday very lengthily with all details. That's spashtata. So whether we study with that fervor or not, whether our guru teaches in that or not, that is our problem, our effort. But from Shruti Mata's side, she won't spare. She will fully tell. Though it looks like in the Sutra Rupa, but वो माता तो हमको दे देती है ज्ञान स्पष्ट रूप से. Clear? Now let us enter into the mantra. Today we'll chant this 4 lines. Asadva idamagra asit tato vai sadajayat tadatmanagga swayamakuruta tasmat sukrutamucchata iti. These are the 4 lines of the 7th mantra we are chanting and learning. While studying the Upanishad mantra with Bhashya, intellect also getting subtler, expanded, and gathering higher knowledges. That's the beauty of being regular to satsang, and there's no other way. हर एक बंदा सिनेमा देखते जाओ तो उसका आपको एक्सपर्टाइज आएगा, गाना सुनते जाओ तो उसका आ जाएगा, हाँ, खेल खिलाड़ी देखते रहो उसमें एक्सपर्टाइज आएगा, पॉलिटिक्स देखते रहो उसका, बट नन ऑफ देम गिव अस मुक्ति. सो टू वेदांत का लगातार सुनो तो यहाँ का एक्सपर्टाइज स्टार्ट्स कमिंग टू अस. लेट अस बिकम सो. नाउ असद्वा idam agra asit. So our problem was in understanding the word asat. Yesterday so exhaustively explained, but again once more. So agre means before, idam means creation. So idam means the jagat in front of us. So idam agre means the entire world before it got into manifested, it was asatu earlier. Now we struggle to understand the word asat because suddenly asat means non-existing. That definition we have fixed in our mind. Okay. The basic thing is what? The meaning is the world was asat before. Matlab non-existence. Means what? From the non-existence, can the existing world come? You have to become subtler. थोड़ा दिमाग लगाना है. जितना है उतना. ज़्यादा जबरदस्ती भी कोई कर नहीं सकता. From non-existing, existence cannot come. So, and what Shruti Mata says is not wrong. Is it not? She will always say right. Therefore, if the non-existence से existence नहीं आता, तो here the sentence is asadva idam agra asitu, then we have to change the definition of the word asat. Don't hold on to what you hold. Is it not? यहाँ इसका ये और ये definition हर जगह नहीं ले जाना फिर. इसको इधर ही रखना है. In other places, the self is said as asat only. Here, as I told you yesterday, the earlier Anuvaka struggled beautifully to bring our attention to the self as sat, 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 sat. अस्ति 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 अस्ति. ये हमारे दिमाग में बैठा ही कि नहीं, ये टेस्ट करने के लिए श्रुति माता ने असत शब्द यूज किया. Okay, and if you hold on to your own earlier meaning, you will come to a funny conclusion. From Shunya, the world came. Are Buddhu. So therefore, Shankara Bhagavan comes to the rescue to explain that word in a twisted manner. That's what is used. So Sad is Vyakta, Vyakruta, Rupa Nama. So Sad means Vyakruta, Avyakta of the Rupa Nama. So where from the Rupa Nama got Vyakta? From Brahman. So Brahman is always there. But in that Brahman, these Rupa Nama not manifested. So the Asat word is not for the Brahman here. Asat word is for the Rupanama. What is the meaning of the Asat word is for the Rupanama means the Rupanama were Asat, unmanifest. In the Sat Vastu Brahman which is there. Always. So it was not that the Brahman was non-existent or the reality. From that the existing the world has come as a name. The name and form which is projected, which is manifestation from the unmanifest, in before it was in the unmanifest stage. So See the beauty here. Two things are there. Very, very subtle. So idam jagat agre asad asit. मतलब इसमें तो आपको फिर इसको पक्का क्लियरली आगे आपको समझ कि ये जगत पहले नहीं था. It is true. Idam jagat asad agre asit. But our job is whether jagat is there or not. Our goal is not that. Na? So our goal is Paramatma. Therefore, idam jagat was earlier not there, means not manifested. So here the topic is about the jagat manifested or not about Brahman. What about Brahman? Brahman alone was there earlier. So now again Asat word used for the Brahman. So Brahman was there in such a manner that from him the Rupa Nama did not get manifest. This is how we have to twist and understand. In this exercise only our intellect becomes sharper and subtler and deeper. And as I said, Dimag ji said, सबसे लड़ते रहते daily. With that won't help in Vedanta. We have to become purified, deepened, श्रद्धा युक्त बुद्धि विचारणा करते करते वो सूक्ष्म बनता. So, two ways. Asadva idam agre asir. Idam jagat before it was unmanifest. That doesn't mean that the Jagat from the Brahman from which it came, that was not there earlier. Brahman you can't deny, it is always there. So he beautifully said, Asadva idamagra asit asad iti. But asad ka pehle baat samjho. Iti vyakruta nama rupa vishesha viparita rupam. Vyakruta nama rupa vishesha viparita rupam. So Vyakruta manifest. Nama Rupa Vishesha, specific Rupa Nama Rupa in the Jagat. Uska Viparitam. Therefore, what is what? Avyakrutam. So that Avyakruta Rupa, Brahma alone was there earlier. Therefore, he derived the meaning of the word Asad into Avyakruta. Avyakruta means non-manifested in the specific form. इसमें दोनों है. The Jagat did not get manifested, or from the Brahma, the Jagat did not come to get manifested. That is the meaning of Asat or Avyakrutam idam asit. Brahma uchyate. Na punaha atyantam eva asatu. The literal meaning of the word Asat means, Atyantik Asat means nothing was there, never was there. Don't come to that meaning. Why? Because nahi asataha sat janma asti. Because the logical common sense is what? From the Asat, the Sat cannot come. Rupanamadi Jagat, you are seeing it as Sat. How can it come from Asat? Therefore, Asat word ko pakadkar latakna mat. Don't be a Dhritarashtra. We are in some places at home also with children or parents or family, wife. Even in the Vedanta Shravanam, उपासना में एक चीज को ऐसे पकड़ कर लटकते रहते हैं लाइक धृतराष्ट्र. So we don't move ahead. है ना, ट्राइंग टू चेंज चिल्ड्रन सबसे बड़ा धृतराष्ट्र लक्षण. दे हैव टोल्ड फ्रॉम लास्ट 70 years they don't want to change and still we hold. That is dhritarashtra. Don't be dhritarashtra, drop it. So na atyantikam asatu, because asatah sajjanma na bhavati, nahi asatah sajjanma asti. असत से सत्य का जन्म नहीं होता, सत्य से ही जन्म होता है. Therefore, the asat, ये जो जन्मित born world of name and form must be from the Sad only. That Sad Brahma only. Here the word asat is used to say that the unmanifest Brahman alone was there before the world got manifested from it. That doesn't mean the Brahman was unmanifest. Brahman is always there. From him, the manifesting of the world has not yet happened. एनीथिंग देखो, ये मटका, ये पॉट नहीं था पहले. सो नहीं, पॉट नहीं था पहले मीन्स व्हाट? उसका कारण मिट्टी नहीं था, ऐसा था क्या? नहीं, मिट्टी हमेशा है, पर मिट्टी में से पॉट अभी नहीं निकला. नहीं निकला. मिट्टी इज ऑलवेज देयर. सो पॉट नहीं था, शुड नॉट कंक्लूड एज मिट्टी नहीं था. So idam asat asid doesn't should not be concluded that the cause of the jagat is shunya. It is Brahman always there. In that Brahma, the Jagat as station, it is there only in the unmanifest form. Repeatedly, when we see, you can just go into little depth of catching. Again, our exercise is to strengthen the faith and belief in the presence of Brahman. Because jitna bhi padho Veda Vedanta hazar bar, it is only the faith which helps us in holding on to Brahman as existing. Because that will be alone thing helps us to do sadhana in which the Brahman can get experienced. After experiencing, no need of faith. But till that time, we have to have with faith only. So we have understood asadva idam agre asit. So idam jagat unmanifest in Brahma. Brahman is always there. Don't conclude the meaning of the word asat means the cause of the jagat called as Brahman was not existing. ऐसा शून्यवाद में मत जाना. So asadva idam agre asit asaditi vyakruta nama rupa vishesha viparita rupam avyakrutam brahma uchyate. So just in brackets असत क्या ब्रह्म लगा दो तो इदम जगत अग्रे ब्रह्म आसीत. It was a pure Brahman before it got manifested. Pure Brahman. Now what? Interesting. Now what if I ask a question? What the answer each one gives? Think to yourself. You know, if the Jagat was in the beginning Brahman alone, now what it is after creation? That answer, if you can correctly answer, then we are following what is taught to us by this great Rishi here, the Taittiriya Rishi and Bhashyakara. So, before the creation got manifested, Brahman alone is there. Now the creation came, therefore the Rupanama are there. If this way we give answer, we have not understood the Vedanta. Earlier, when the Nama Rupa was not created, the Brahman was there. Now, now the correct answer is Brahman alone is there in the Rupa Nama Rupa, in the form of names and forms. Unmanifest थे पहले, now manifest हुआ. So in all three periods of time, Brahman is there. Okay, before the Rupanama manifested, after they dissolve. In between, when Rupanama is existing. So that Rupanama are coming and going, Brahman is eternally there. On the Brahman only, the Rupanama, which are not independent of its own, are projected. तो रूप देना नाम देना इसी को सृष्टि कहते हैं. Other than these two, there is nothing called सृष्टि other than Brahman. There is nothing called as सृष्टि other than Brahman, other than naming Brahman after forming Brahman. But now the Rupa Nama has become so predominant in us that we took it as reality. That is called delusion. And we are not able to drop Rupa Nama, therefore we are not able to catch the reality. This is what it is. You understand? It's a delusion. एंड उसको क्या ना व्यवहार जुड़ गया उसके साथ, वासनाएं जुड़ गए, सबसे भयंकर है आदत जुड़ गया. यू अंडरस्टैंड? आदत कि रूप नाम में ही रमना, ऐसा आदत. वी आर गॉट हैबिचुएटेड टू बी thinking that Rupanam are real and in that only we can live life. Whereas they have no independent existence at all. Catch it. I am pausing here because very crucial thought it is. Very, very helpful in rejecting some notions in our mind regarding the self and the Jagat. That is what at the pitch of the voice all our gurus are shouting. Now, let us say an example. A stick. The stick you use for some work, let us say, Gai Vais Charane, or any instrument you take or anything, stick. You know that stick Rupa, stick Nama, sticks Upayogita. Okay. Then I want to do some work with that stick, my desire, because of what the avasana in me. And earlier, so many times I used the stick like this. So habit, vasana, habit, desire, rupa, nama, its utility. Understood so many things? Vasanas 1, desire 2, habit 3, Rupa 4, Nama 5, its utility in the world. Six things are pulling us to call that object as stick, whereas in and through that stick, in whatever its form it is, what is permeating is Brahman alone. Because stick is, that isness is Brahman. Stick is known. That knowability is because of the Chaitanya of the Brahman. Chaitanya. But our intellects are not able to grasp it because they are looted by, somewhere we said yesterday, prajna is looted by so many things. That is why they say, unless all those are dropped, then that as it is Brahman only that we can't see. These are all layers. So वासना को छोड़ना पड़ेगा, डिजायर को छोड़ना पड़ेगा, यूटिलिटी ऑफ द डंडा जो भी था उसको डिवैल्यू करना पड़ेगा, देन रूप और नाम को भी डिवैल्यू करना पड़ेगा. Then only we become deeper enough to understand that Brahman only is there. In him, this stick at one time was unmanifest, now it got manifest. So the question when you ask the manifestation process, then तस्माद्वा तस्माद आत्मना आकाश संभूता. आप पूछते हैं इसलिए बताना पड़ता है कि परमात्मा से आकाश, वहां से वायु, देन अग्नि, देन जल, देन पृथ्वी से औषधि, औषधियों से डंडा. है ना? From the tree only that danda came. So what is the manifestation of from Paramatma, Akasha, Adi? Just same Paramatma only getting into one gunas. The addition of the guna making the Paramatma appear as the gross. When all the five gunas, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, when five gunas are tanmatras are added, then that becomes the Prithvi, the grossest. Those gunas, Shabdas, tanmatras are nothing but the Maya. That is Paramatma's inherent power. Whenever he wants to appear as many, he gives chavi to that power. This is all intellectual, rigorous exercise we have to go through. After understanding it to the great extent, then dropping all these realities given to various aspects of that stick or anything, then we can reach into the understanding that the Sat Chit alone is appearing in this form. So, to anything we take in the world, this is Vedanta. But how many years we have to hold on to Guru's feet that we are brought to this place of or this level of information or understanding. हम साथ में चल रहे हैं गुरु के, इसलिए इतने साल के बाद ये सूक्ष्म रहस्य धीरे धीरे हमको रिवील हो रहे हैं. पूरा हमको समझ नहीं आया अभी, बट एटलीस्ट बताए जा रहे, हम सुनने का कोशिश कर रहे. दिस इज हाउ इट हैपेंस. The patience to listen is a great achievement. That's how it starts. Then listening patiently. Then you will never understand in the beginning. But still patiently listen more times. Then little breakthrough happens. कहीं से कोई थोड़ा सा रास्ता मिल जाता है समझने के लिए. Then धीरे धीरे वो समझ बढ़ने लगता है. Then after few lives of practice, or in this very life, some 3-4 decades, you will understand so many subtle things. लुक बैक एंड 50-30 years बैक जो चीज इतना मुश्किल था समझने को, अब तो वो बच्चों का खेल है. आई नो ऑल दैट. 20-30 years after, or maybe 1 or 2 lives after, these struggles which we are going through now, we don't struggle there because we are struggling now, that is making our antakarana sharper, subtler, to break through those, open through those things and make us understand. That is what is the result we get when you pay the price of consistency, regularity, sincerity. नहीं पे किया हो, then जा रहे हैं वहीं सड़े पड़े रहते. Taking the world of names and forms as real, like others have all desires in the mind projected, then run behind them a hookah or crook, commit all the sins and get kicked by the totality. Okay, asadva idamagra asit. is explained. Nahi asata sajjanma asti. Okay. Now what is idam? Asatva idamagra asi. This is pura sentence, but usme asat means Brahma only. In the Brahma, the unmanifest was the Rupanama. The Rupanama unmanifestation is equal to Asat. That name is given to Brahma here just to test us. It doesn't mean Brahma was not existing. वो ब्रह्म जो रूप नाम के रूप में व्यक्त नहीं हुए, वो वाले ब्रह्म है. ब्रह्म इसका अर्थ है असत का. देन इदम इति बी अटेंटिव नाम रूप विशेषवत व्याकृतम जगत. सो इदम मीन्स नाम रूप विशेष में व्याकृत हुआ जगत हो. इदम it has once for all. In other texts we have discussed this 1,000 times. It has come now with authority here in this text. Shankara Bhagavan is giving Bhashyam. Wherever, whenever the word idam comes, that means nama rupa visheshavat vyakrutam. Visheshavat means Bhagavat Bhagavan, Gunavat Gunavan. तो नाम रूप विशेषों से व्याकृत हुआ जगत. व्याकृत मीन्स विशेषण आकार. तो नाम रूप नामक विशेष आकार धारणा जो किया है ना, जिसको हम अभी जगत कहते हैं, दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड इदम. In other discussions what we understood, there are only two things. One is aham, the knower. Second, the idam, the known. The whole world is nothing but the battle between aham and idam. So the idam jagat means the nama rupa vishesha rupena vyakrutam. idam word का अर्थ इस श्लोक में. So असद्वा idam agra आसीत means idam नाम रूप विशेष रूप में व्याकृत हुआ जगत पहले असद मतलब ब्रह्म में अनमैनिफेस्ट रूप में था. डोंट फील कि ये तो हम पहले सुन चुके हैं और मैंने बताया नहीं, तो रिपीटिशन है. दिस इज कोटेशन ऑफ द ऋग्वेद फॉर मंत्र फॉर व्हाट इज सेड बाय द यजुर्वेद. रिपीट तो हो रहा है. वी आर नॉट एडिंग एनी न्यू थिंग, वी आर टेलिंग इट इन ए डिफरेंट वे. ये तो तदप्येश श्लोको बहुत ही चल रहा है. आफ्टर दैट नाउ इदम इति नाम रूप विशेष व्याकृतम जगत. अग्रे, अग्रे मीन्स व्हाट? पूर्वम. पूर्व मीन्स व्हाट? प्राग उत्पत्ते है, बिफोर क्रिएशन. सो ब्रह्म एव असत शब्दवाच्यम आसीत. सो इदम नामक जगत जिसमें रूप नाम विशेष रूप में व्याकृति हुई, इस जगत पूर्वे पहले, बिफोर उत्पत्ति है, प्राग बिफोर क्रिएशन, ब्रह्म एवा परब्रह्म ओनली आसीत. That Brahma was always there. Here in this context, just for a change, just to test us, असत शब्द वाच्यम, असत शब्द से बोला गया. असत का अर्थ मत पकड़ना इसको. Meaning of the asat is non-existing. So don't go to the meaning, only name. असत शब्द से बोला गया ब्रह्मन. So that असत शब्द से बोला गया ब्रह्मन पहले था. इस मैनिफेस्टेड क्रिया रूप नाम रूप जगत मैनिफेस्ट हुआ उससे पहले. So here again Shankara Bhagavan is to ensure that we don't go wrong in our understanding. So cutely he is saying, the sentence goes like this. See, he says, Agre Purvam Pragutpattehe Brahma Eva Asat Shadavacham Asit. ये जो रूप नाम का व्यक्तिकरण हुआ, होने से पहले ब्रह्म ही थे. उस ब्रह्म को यहाँ असद नामक शब्द दिया है, ए नाम दिया है बस. डोंट गो बाय दैट लिटरल मीनिंग. ऐसा नाम दिया गया है असत शब्दवाच्य, और नाम का भी अर्थ हमने देखा. बिकॉज इट इज असत वर्ड यूज्ड नॉट टू मेंशन दैट द ब्रह्मन इज असत, बट असत वर्ड इज यूज्ड टू द ब्रह्मन ओनली, बट टू से that in that the Rupa Nama Vyakruta Jagat has not got manifested. Talking is about Brahman, but standpoint taken is of the Jagat. What is the standpoint of the Jagat taken? The Jagat was unmanifest. Therefore, the Asad words, Asad meaning is for the Nama Rupa Jagat, but it is indicating to the Brahman, because Brahman is always there. He cannot be absent. So, Asad Shaddavacham Asita. Now comes the second line. Asadva idamagra asitu. So before, the two things only to understand. Earlier, the world of Idam Namarupa was unmanifest. Okay. Second is what? Before the world got manifested, what was there was Brahman only. That Brahman here just named as Asat. Asat is not literal meaning. So पहले ब्रह्म थे. So it's a facility for the whole life for us. Only we have to build, have faith in it. That itself will take us in sadhana such a far ahead distances. अगर आप क्वेश्चन अभी करते जाते हो कि कहाँ से आए जगत ब्रह्म से, ब्रह्म कौन है, निर्विशेष निराकार निर्व्यवहार, then I will not agree or accept about that Brahman, because unless something is विशेष युक्त and व्यवहार में आएगा तभी जाकर मैं उसको मानूंगा. Then again Dhritarashtra was. Shruti Mata is saying, nobody can bring and push out to you, this is Brahman. Now, आप खुश हो गए? Now can you believe it? It can't be done. You will have to experience it finally. And the Shruti Mata Bhashyakara struggling to inspire us by inculcating faith in us that the Brahman is there. Because asanneva sabhavati asat brahmayati veda chet asti brahmayati chet santamenam tado viruti. If you don't start with the belief that it is there, if you with the doubt you say that nahi hai Brahman, so you will be not doing sadhana to reach out. See, last 7 8 days our discussion is sorting out some very sublime inherent doubts which are for long time will be there in many of the sadhakas. Be careful. One is Brahman is there, is Asti Rupa. That Asti Rupa Brahman can be experienced only as Aham. That can be done only in the Buddhi Guha. Other than there, though Brahman is everywhere there, he is not available for our recognition. Why? Because he is nirvyavahara and he is nirvishesh. Now, with this, how much doubts removed from the mind unnecessarily on which we were hanging. Many people hang. They only again turn and twist to themselves in only these questions. Like that. That's how the discussion started. I want to reach Brahman, but hai ki nahi? Arre, why not? It is there, it is everywhere. If it is everywhere, then why is it not seen? It can't be seen. If it cannot be seen, then how can it be there? I can't believe it. एटलीस्ट प्लीज बताओ कोई व्यवहार में उसका हम उपयोग कर सकते हैं. नो इट कांट बी यूज्ड. तो इट कांट बी यूज्ड इन व्यवहार, देन हाउ कैन यू से इट इज देयर? No, I am not interested now because it's all doubtful first. This is how people give up Vedanta and go. That biggest hurdle in last our 10 days of vigorous exercise we have crossed. At least in the explanation. You caught it or not, that is your genius. No, I can't guarantee you are not. बट मैं तो कहता हूँ हमने पढ़कर उसको सॉर्ट आउट कर दिया बाई दिस ब्यूटिफुल क्वेश्चन आंसर्स. पूर्व पक्षी के प्रश्नों को सिद्धांत ने कैसे जवाब दिया. And the Shruti Mata's main guidance. Therefore, is Brahman the reality, the self, the truth there or not? He is there. It is there as what? It is there as is only, means existence. Which sort of existence? All pervading, yet nirvikara, nirvyavahara, nirvishesh. The problem is what? When it is nirvyavahara, nirvishesha, our upadhis which are used only in the vyavahara are not fit enough to know him. Knowing this, the Paramatma same who has created the Vishesha Yukta Jagat of Rupa Nama made himself available for us in the Buddhi Guha. Otherwise, everywhere there. But we can't catch him. So somewhere we have to catch him. Because other than catching him, we cannot get liberated. So in the Buddhi Guha, see the sequence also there. First Drashta Srota Manta Vijnata, then the Chidabhasa, then the Chitta, beyond that is as a Sat. Pure existence. And that is what? Not again objective. That is subjective. That is aham, that Sat Brahma Asmi. So objective नहीं है वो, फिर वो subject to experience. Therefore जिसको आप ढूंढने निकले वो मैं ही हूँ. हम ब्रह्मास्मि, हम सद ब्रह्मास्मि. ये वाला जीव अस्मि नहीं हूँ मैं. जीव इज नॉट ब्रह्मा. दैट अनुभव का आएगा तब जा करके. So intellectually to some distance we have traveled. Now slowly When we develop the ability to meditate, at least make the chitta little ekagra through all the 8 or 9 parikramas we are studying in yoga और वेदांत में ही बताए अलग अलग उपासनाएं करके, then slowly if we can reach to कि I am not an enjoyer or doer of this world, I am only द्रष्टा श्रोता मनता विज्ञाता, वहां तक भी आ जाए हम ना, बढ़िया सा पहाड़ पढ़ाव हमने आगे किया, मतलब पार किया. Then this drashta, srota, manta, vijnata are various expressions through various upadhis of one chidabhasa yukta aham. We have to reach to him in our meditation. Chit abhasa is abhasa of chit in the aham vritti. Now without aham vritti, what about the abhasa? It is nothing but chit only. Okay, chit is a means for us to reach to the truth, but truth is sattva. Chit is the medium means for us to reach to the sattvastu. Our goal is not chit. Because contrast to the chit, the chaitanya, the consciousness, the achit, the inertness is there in this world. Whenever there are two, then again the problem comes. Therefore, Brahman is Sadvastu, Sadvastu Brahman reached through consciousness, no doubt, but the Brahman is neither consciousness nor inertness, is support of both of them. But through the inert we can't reach him, through the consciousness we have to reach. This much, if we can repeatedly do Mananam, some breakthroughs by Guru Ishvara Krupa happen. Spirituality is like scientist. लगेगा सडनली वो क्लिक होता है उसको. वेदांत में भी लगे रहो विद द प्रेयर टू द गुरु गॉड, उनके चरण पकड़कर सडनली एक दिन गल समझ में आता, मजा आता है. अब हमने किसी भी बात को समझने का कोशिश नहीं की, सुन रहे हैं. दैट इज वाई इवन व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ विवेक आल्सो वी आर नॉट थरो अभी. व्हाट इज वैराग्य? जीरो. I am not the body. If I ask you, what you will say? Yes, Swami, you are right. I am not your body. Because that intuitive understanding has not come. Because बैठ के कहाँ किया हमने? आप बैठ के जप भी नहीं कर सकते, बैठ ही नहीं सकते. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल भाग ही रहे हैं दुनिया में. Only these 2 hours morning evening we are listening. In this listening is all Guru Krupa, Guru Parampara Krupa, whose blessings we are vigorously invoking. It is working subtly and binding both the speaker and spoken to the class. But आगे पीछे क्लास के बुक बैठकर, now today I'll understand thoroughly what is Viveka. Take that definition, this definition, and analyze. Today I will understand what is Vairagya. Have you done that exercise so far? Without doing that, even though teacher teaches 100 times, it won't come to our understanding. Then when we don't understand, how can you strengthen it? Only after strengthening the understand that it will remain in our memory all the time. That's all not done. Therefore, any time we listen, it is new, and every time it is listened, it is not understood. Any number of times heard, it is still vague. And that's not wrong. Everybody goes through like that. Recognizing this, whatever folly or shortcoming, when we rectify it, then the things start falling in right place. That's why staying in the Gurukula, giving up everything else, for gathering ourselves to be very efficient and effective in listening and analyzing and understanding what Guru is saying at every step. That's why Tulsi Ramayana, सुनियता तमति मन चित्त लाए. मति को भी मन को भी चित्त को भी लाकर सुनो. Mana is to have concentration in love. Mati is to discriminate and understand. Chitta is to store what is understood for future reference. You know? Any situation arising in our life which we have to tackle, whatever the referential knowledge is required, do we have the memory of anyone? अगर होता ना, एक सेकंड भी एक इश्यू में भी हमारे जीवन में संसार नहीं होता. Like I told you, children are to be suggested, advised, should not be insisted. I'm talking a very laukika, vyavaharika example. Is this knowledge is there alert in me? Children have to be hinted at, suggested only, they should not be forced. If you are conscious about it, you tell that child, but I am not forcing you. I'm just suggesting and hinting you. After that, you give me 1 minute time and I tell you it is your thinking, your decision. Any help you need, you come to me. If I can help, I will help you. If not, I'll take the help of someone and help you, or I'll guide you to someone. Where is the issue if you go this way in your dealing with anyone? But that knowledge is not there. Therefore, instead of suggesting, we insist. अब बात बिगड़ता रहता है. So a common sense knowledge also not readily available for our reference. Then how can the Vedantic knowledge, which is deeper, which you have not studied so thoroughly, will come to our risk whenever we are falling into the trap of samsara? इसलिए संसार संसार ही चल रहा है, क्लास क्लास चल रहा है, जिंदगी नहीं बदल रहा है. बदलना है जिंदगी को तो बदलना पड़ता है. बदलने के लिए our responses reaction should change according to the knowledge which is to be strengthened by repeated listening and making it strong, in our memory all the time. है ना? नो जब निषेध वाला ज्ञान ही याद नहीं है, व्यतिरेक वाला, अन्वय वाला कहाँ रहेगा? That whatever I am seeing is Brahman only. सेकंड्स में हमारा मन बुद्धि दिस वर्ल्ड इज रियल करके इन वेरियस व्यवहार इट इज गेटिंग लॉस्ट. Neither Vyatireka we are doing, nor Anvaya we are doing. Therefore, how can you see the Brahman in the world? So too, not doing Vyatireka Anvaya, but taking the world as real and doing Vyavahara, it is adding up to Vasanas only. These are all will be understood by us when we are with the Guru. Go on listening, listening. One day, every day will reveal some secrets to us. The more we tune, apply those secrets, then you yourself will know it is God now. What to do? I understood now. No, I have to do what I understood. Then it will give the result. So, asadva idamagra asid explained. Now, next sentence is tataha. Tataha means, see, again Shankara Bhagavan bhi humko chavi de rahe. He also is not living. Tataha means what? Asataha. देखो असतः मतलब क्या है? That asat means what? Brahma, which is already explained. Tata means from that asat. So that which is asat, which is that state of pure Brahman, from where the Rupa Nama have not yet got manifested. From that Nama Rupa non-manifested, asat named Brahma, which is Sadrupa actually. Sadrupa Brahma. Okay, therefore Brahma Asti. So that Asti Brahma whose Rupa is Sat, which is now not yet manifested the Rupa Nama, therefore Rupa Nama were not manifested, therefore they were Asat. That name is given to Brahma as Asat. So Sad Rupa Brahma जो असत नाम दिया गया है उस ब्रह्म से ततो वै सी ततो वै तत् असतः वै शंकर भगवान भी हमारे साथ खेल रहे हैं लाइक श्रुति माता. बता देता मैं असतः असद्वा इदमग्र आसित अब लड़ लो तुम लोग because श्रुति माता and guru they have kindness and compassion, therefore they teach, but they are not attached, therefore they test also. In the test we fail, again with compassion they guide us, but they don't get lost in samsara. अरे मेरे बेचारे इसको समझ में नहीं आया, वो कोशिश करेगा तो आएगा उसको. So he is following, he struggled to help us, struggled and helped us to understand Asad is not non-existence, Asad means Brahma. After helping us, he is also testing whether we understood or not. How? For the word tataha, he is giving the same meaning. And it is true also. Because the topic is talked about the asat, the word tat means asat ही meaning आपको देना पड़ेगा. Both way. He is genuinely following Shruti Mata Upanishad only. And in that only is testing us. So tataha means tat asataha, वो वाले असत से, वो वाला असत से मतलब वो ब्रह्म जिनमें रूप नाम अभी मैनिफेस्ट नहीं था, असत वही सत. सत मीन्स प्रविभक्त नाम रूप विशेषम, दैट रूप नाम रूप में डिफरेंशिएट किया हुआ जगत अजायता उत्पन्नम. So this is a very powerful homework to be done for a long time till we get established in that meaning. What you are saying in the Rupa Nama Jagat. है ना, हमारे सामने है. Then after seeing it, close the eyes, then remember it. Then this entire world earlier was in an unmanifest form in the Paramatma, who is called here as if by the word Asat. And second reverse gear karo, from that Asat named but ever existing Sadrupi Brahma, from him Tatovai, from him Sat Ajayata, this thing which I am saying now, called as Pravibhakta Nama Rupa Vishesham. So that is which is given the Nama Rupa Vishesha, therefore seemingly very well differentiated, that Jagata Ajayata Utpannam. Utpatti hua. We are seeing Jagat, we don't know Brahman. So the Guru is saying, ये जगत पहले ब्रह्म ही था, ब्रह्म में जब ये जगत अनमैनिफेस्ट था. Now from the Jagat, Brahman, the Jagat got manifested. So never ever the Brahman idea was there with us. Slowly the idea is brought कि before the Jagat was there, Jagat was unmanifest in the Brahman. Therefore Brahman is always there. From him, within him, the Rupa Nama Jagat was unmanifest. Now it got manifest. These are all repetition of what we studied in the Yajurveda Brahmana by the Rigveda mantra. Even the next discussion also is simply repetition only. Okay, what is that? A question is asked. How is this creation or the birth of the Sadrupa, Nama Rupa Visheshme Pravibhakta Jagat? How did it get created from the Brahman who is always existing, Sadrupena, who is named here to twist us, to give us how it was as Asat? From that Brahma, the Jagat, how did it get manifest? The option is Kim Tataha Pravibhaktam Karyam किं ततः किं ततः प्रविभक्तं कार्यम् इति पितुः इव पुत्रः. Is that the Karya Rupa Jagat of Rupa Nama, which is with full differentiations, has this Karya Rupa Jagat from the Karana Brahma, has it come like Pituh iva Putraha, like the son has come from the father. The difference is what in this example? The question may, when the son is born out of father or mother, he is apart from father or mother. He is independent of father and mother. In that child, the mother and father are not there. He is totally independent fellow. So when from the Brahman, the Jagat got born, the Ajayata means when it has born. Is it that like from the father, the son born and he is separate? Therefore, from the Asat named but Sadrupi Brahma, the Pravibhakta Rupa Nama Yukta Jagat, when it is born, is it separate from now the Brahman? So the two pictures, Jagat, Brahma, father, son, father. So the son is born from father but separate from the father now. Is it like that? The Jagat born from Brahma, separate from Brahma? Which is very, very essential. First Brahma Asti, then Brahma Sarvatra Asti, then Brahma Prapti alone is Paraprapti, and that Brahma which gives Paraprapti when we attain, he has to be found in the cave of our heart. These things हजार बार सुनकर हमको उसमें strongly establish होना है. Then only our sadhana will be to the correct point of our liberation. Otherwise, on the name of sadhana, everything we do but not sadhana. It's like sometimes children, they, for filling the stomach when they're hungry, eat every junk food but not the food. You understand? They eat every junk food but not the food which nurtures, nourishes. So too, we are doing everything on the name of sadhana, but not the sadhana. Because sadhana ka arth kya hua? That which gives us sadhya. If you are not at all clear about what is sadhya and where it is sadhana, how can the sadhana can be done? Where it is to be searched? And sadhya should be that one which should be truth. How can you follow or how can you inquire about, search for, seek असद वस्तु? सद को ही हमको पकड़ना है ना, बिकॉज सद को पकड़ने से मिलेगा कुछ. So what to search also we don't know. Then what to search when we don't know? Where to search, how will we know? Then are we sadhakas when these two are not known? On the name of sadhana, we are samsari to imi roop naam mein fasa hai wo, with his vasanas and desires. But even the sadhakas, if these basic things are not clear, He does everything but not sadhana. And what is the problem to us is this Jagat. Therefore, the value importance given to the Jagat has to be dissolved. There is no greater than this way of discussion where the whole Rupanama is nothing but the manifestation from the within Brahman in this Rupa with all its differentiations. And this Rupanama have not an independent existence without Brahman. And that Brahman alone is permeating in all Rupanama. There was nothing called as Rupanama real as if other than Brahma. ये वाला ज्ञान जब दृढ़ होता है ना, then the ephemerality mithyaत्व of the rupanama, when it is accepted, then our pursuing for it goes away. To that extent mind is calm and quiet. Now this brahma, from here the rupanama manifested, where is available? अच्छा अच्छा, मैंने बोलना भूल गया कि वो जगत को मैनिफेस्ट करके तत्सृष्ट्वा तदेव अनुप्राविश्य, कहाँ प्रवेश किया? अन्नमय प्राणमय मनोमय विज्ञान में हर जगह प्रवेश किया. But for our availability, he entered into the Vijnanamaya Kosha, inside that Vijnanamaya Guha. अब जाओ ढूंढो, मिलेगा पक्का. No, listen these topics 10, 12 times, it will be clear. एक बार आधा सुन के नींद में पूरा समझ में नहीं आया करके टॉपिक छोड़ देना, ये सरासर जुल्म है अपने आप के ऊपर भी, शास्त्र के ऊपर भी. It's a crime on ourselves and the Shastra that once half-minded we heard and we say nothing is understood. You can't, you have to use, then what else you are there for? And who told you to make your intellect very thick, extroverted, lazy? Is it not? Now don't cry. I would start doing it. रोने से नहीं बात होता है. रोने को दूर करने वाला जो सॉल्यूशन है उसको प्रैक्टिस करने से रोना दूर होता है. बट नो, नोबडी टोल्ड. अब क्यों रो रहे हो? Somebody is telling you, अब do it. I was always in the extroverted, seeing the world as real and enjoying. I tell you, everybody cheated me. अरे बाबा, past is past. अब present का तो सोचो. We are so clearly studying by God's grace. Now इसको practice करो. अच्छा ठीक है, मैं कोशिश करता हूँ. So that is good. Instead of crying, try to at least start trying. So असद्वा इदमग्र आसीत ततो वै सदजायत. स्वामी सिंपल है, पहले ब्रह्म थे, जगत नहीं था, जगत से ब्रह्म से आया. It is a careless vocal sentence said, escaping the inquiry. Like many times when values are spoken from the dais, all audience, "हाँ, हमको तो पता है, हमको तो ये पता है," sentence is sentence said by the ego, not allowing those things to be entering deeply and making us follow the values and remove the opposite of that. सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम इस जगत में बड़े दो ही है. एक पता नहीं होना, दूसरा पता है ऐसे फील करना. Understood? Not knowing is a problem, knowing is bigger problem, because in the vyavahara knowing without doing is waste. In Vedanta there is nothing to be known, it is only to be abiding in the self. जानते जाओ वेदांत को, कुछ नहीं मिलता. जो तत्व है उसमें बैठ जाना चाहिए. So the very subtle prickish things, nobody will tell all this to you. Not knowing is a big problem, knowing is bigger problem. In the world, if the knowing is not practical. In the Vedanta, you can't know the self. It is the self. You have to be the self. So this jugglery with intellect, what we are doing is helpful to some extent of getting convinced about the Brahman to exist as existence in the cave of heart. After that, that intellect जो पढ़ रहा है सारे शास्त्रों को बंडल करके साइड पे रखना है. Then only will be the self. Simple. What is to be done? What is to be thought? What is to be understood to be the self? Just to be the self, nothing required. You are that. है ना, हंसी मजाक के लिए कहता हूँ, बुरा मत माना. हमें बुद्धू बनने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए? कुछ क्या जानना चाहिए? कुछ नहीं, हम हैं. हो गए. No special effort is required. Swami, I am trying nowadays to become Buddhu. Waste efforts they are. Just realize that is your own nature. In the same way, what knowing is required for being the self? What doing is required for being the self? Therefore, both doing and knowing are taking us away from being. Oh, last में. But till the knowledge becomes firm, we have to do the exercise of going to the guru and all. We have to know the self in the intellect. Again, we should do the contemplation. But later on, they themselves are obstacles. So all understandings are only to remove the non or misunderstandings, not to reveal the self. That's why a guru, our the highest level, after teaching all the things to the guru, disciple, he tells only two things. First, he says, "Beta, did you understand?" The child says, "Yes, master, I understood." Understood? Paka? Yeah. Now drop the understanding. The moment the understanding is dropped, the experience comes. Because that understanding was to remove the misunderstanding. To be the self, nothing is required. You are already that. Did you understand? Yes, Swami. Then drop the understanding. है कि नहीं? एक कांटे से दूसरा कांटा निकाल दी, अब क्या करोगे? दूसरा वाला जेब में डालोगे या 2 जेब में डालोगे या किसी को चुभोगे उससे? You throw both of them. When the misunderstanding, non-understanding, half understanding is removed by the understanding, both are thrown away. Because there is nothing to understand about the self. I am Brahman. That's a later की stage की बात बता रहा हूँ मैं. So here also, those who say that it's so simple, Swamiji, that only Brahman was there in that the world was unmanifest. Now it has got manifest. आप इसको इतना पतंगड़ क्यों बना रहे हो? No, it is the way the inquiry. Through this exercise only, the tamo rajo guna of the intellect goes away. Intellect gains the shuddhatas. It is the Vedantic way of parikarma to bring the chitta to the required stage of shuddhata, ekagrata, then sukshmata and prasannata. Now, those of you who are feeling heavy and feeling sleepy, you might have slept while this discussion was going on last 20 minutes. And those who are attending, they were grasped into, sucked into that inquiry. In that effort, the intellect tries to become subtler, deeper, analytical. In that effort, only the understanding, subtle understanding comes, removes the misunderstandings. ये है वेदांत के प्रक्रिया हमको हेल्प करने वाला है डीप. सुपरफिशियल में क्या है, किताब में पढ़ लिया, वहाँ कहते हैं हम चिदानंद रूप शिव हम, और तो बच्चा भी वो लिटरल मीनिंग बोल सकता है. बट वी आर नॉट डूइंग लिटरल मीनिंग. वी आर डूइंग द विगरस एक्सरसाइज ऑफ इंक्वायरी कॉन्टेम्पलेशन टेकिंग द हेल्प ऑफ भाष्यकार. ततो वै सदजायतो. सो ततः असतः वै सत् प्रविभक्त नाम रूप विशेषम अजायत उत्पन्नम. नो किम ततः प्रविभक्तम कार्यम इति पितुः इव पुत्रः. Is that the karya which is in the many form coming out of the karana of Brahma. That born is that birth is like the son born from the father. Na iti aha. Not. श्रुति माता ने कहा नो. देन क्या कहा श्रुति माता ने फिर उसका आंसर में? द थर्ड लाइन, असत्वाइदमग्र आसीत् टोल्ड, ततो वै सदजायत टोल्ड. नाउ द थर्ड सेंटेंस, तद आत्मान गस्वयम कुरुतो. That is Vedic way of chanting. The simple way of chanting is tat atmanam swayam akuruta. Vedic language में तदात्मानग् स्वयं अकुरुतो रसो वै सह रसग्रह्येवायं लब्ध्वा नंदी भवति. This is called as Vedic prayoga, Chandasa prayoga. So while chanting, we always should chant like that. But to understand, we will bring it to normal grammatic way of expression. Grammar way or our speaking way of expression. So third one is what? Tat atmanam swayam akurutaha. So tat Brahma atmanam himself swayam akuruta, himself only appeared as that. Now again, these are all repetition. We have studied already these in the Yajurveda Brahmanas. Same question came there also. That's why we repeated same question. Is that the birth of the world from the Brahman is like the birth of the child from the father, wherein father after giving birth to child, both are separate. Mother or father? No. What was said there? There also, so kamayata bahusyam prajayeya The myself only will be expressed as many. At that time, Satapotapyata, the Shruti Mata went into. Shankar Bhagavan explained that Prajayeya Kistara se hua wo. What is the reason? Two, three reasons told there. One of the reason was he only Brahman was there. Okay? Then whose help he will take for the creation? Like for the father to have the child, he need to have a bhumi, a base, a supporting factor called as a wife, the mother of the son. Is it none? ऐसा वाला कोई है ही नहीं ब्रह्म को. You understood? Therefore, what is the way if he has given the birth? He himself appeared as that. After appearing, be attentive. It is not that the son is born now, he is separate from both mother and father. यहाँ क्या है? In that created jagat, inherently, Brahman is all the time it is there. That is why to sort out these two things. If from the Brahma Jagat came, in the Brahma Jagat always is there. To sort out it only, the meaning was told of creation as from the unmanifest to the manifest. That was the most powerful thought at that context when we were studying that. And Atmastha Anabhivyakta Nama Rupa Abhivyakti Eva Srushti. आत्मस्थ आत्म में हमेशा रहने वाला नाम रूप जो अनभिव्यक्त स्थिति में थे उसका अभिव्यक्ति को ही क्रिएशन कहते हैं. प्लीज डू लिटिल होमवर्क ऑन दिस पॉइंट. ओके, होमवर्क ऑन दिस पॉइंट कि अनभिव्यक्त नाम रूप अभिव्यक्त हुए हैं. दैट्स कॉल्ड क्रिएशन. व्हाइल थिंकिंग अबाउट दिस थॉट, आर यू हैविंग इन द माइंड द इंप्रेशन दैट द नाम रूप आर इंडिपेंडेंट? देन करेक्ट करो उसको. नाम रूप किंचित भी इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं है उस ब्रह्म वस्तु का. तो ब्रह्म वस्तु का ही रूप नाम जगत है. एंड व्हाई यू हैव टू से इट इज फ्रॉम द इनहेरेंट ब्रह्मन? बिकॉज देयर इज नथिंग आउटसाइड ब्रह्मन. सब अंदर से होता है. बिकॉज ही इज ऑल परवेडिंग है ना. इफ देयर इज अ प्लेस वेयर ही इज नॉट देयर एंड इन दैट प्लेस समथिंग इज देयर, दैट थिंग विल कम इनसाइड दिस. Brahman, when is all pervading, then if anything has to come, it has to come from within only. No, if it has come within, it should be always there. No, that has to be answered. How? It was unmanifest. No, these are all answers given for the question asked by us because our drushti strongly still is in Rupa Nama. थोड़े देर ऐसे हमको जवाब देते हैं क्यों हम पूछ रहे हैं. Later on, our purpose is not Rupa Nama Jagat and its creation establishment. No, our purpose is to recognize Brahman. Because in Brahma Jnanam there is moksha, not in the Jagat Jnanam. अब जगत में फंसे हो ऑलरेडी. वेदर जगत सत्य है कि असत्य है जानकर क्या फर्क पड़ता है. यूर ऑलरेडी इन द जगत. सफर कर ही रहे उसको रियल मानकर. We have to discover the Brahman as reality. Our goal is not Jagat. Our goal is Brahman. Just like our goal is not Chitta and Ananda. Our goal is Sat. Sat मिल गया तो चित्त और आनंद मिल भी जाता है. By the way. So tato vai sadhyayata, that sat coming from that tat, Brahma, asad Brahma, the sat rupaka, nama rupakaram jagat, has it come like the child came from the father? No, tat atmanam swayam akuruta. So that self itself has made to appear as rupanama. All these will never be answered till we drop rupanama, go into the guha akasha and experience the sat. वहां जाने के लिए जो इंफॉर्मेशन इंस्पिरेशन जाए दिया जा रहा है. ये इंफॉर्मेशन इंस्पिरेशन आपको नहीं मिल रहा है इससे तो थोड़ा दुनिया में भटको कुछ जन्म. कर्मयोग, भक्ति योग, अष्टयोग, अष्टांग योग करके मेक योर चित्त प्योर. इन द मीन टाइम डेवलप योर डिवोशन फेस टू द गुरु to such an extent that I may not understand, but what Guru said must be right. Therefore, let me walk in the path he is showing. Who knows, I may reach out. Come with that Shraddha. Prepare yourself with Shraddha, prepare yourself with Karma Bhakti Yoga, then again come, same thing will be told to you. From this thing, instead of like earlier time, the doubt and weakness, if the inspiration comes, then you are on the path. What is the inspiration? How much our theory is told, till having entered into Gufa of the Hridayakasha and discovering the self as existence, it cannot be answered. Because it's not an intellectual understanding, it is a being, it's an experience. एक्सपीरियंस ही इन सब समस्याओं को सॉर्ट आउट करता है, एंड नेचुरली ओनली व्हेन वी गेट द एक्सपीरियंस दैट आई एम ब्रह्मन सद ब्रह्मन, देन आई एम जीवा, आई एम देह, एंड आई एम सब्जेक्ट टू द देश काला, दिस एंटायर ignorance and samsara that goes away, by the way. So tad atmanam swayam akuruta. See the cute sentences, all the three. They themselves are complete. But then, for the deeper understanding and complete understanding of ours, we have to study through Bhashya. असत वा इदम अग्र आसीत, थोड़ा दिमाग लगा के असत को ब्रह्म जानो, तो पहले ब्रह्म ही थे, ततः वै सद अजायत, फ्रॉम दैट ब्रह्म ओनली दिस सद रूप रूप नाम जगत हैज कम, तद आत्मानं स्वयं अकुरुत, that creation of this world from the Brahman is not like creation of sun from the father, it is swayam akuruta, he made himself like that appear. This we have not studied with Bhashyam, अब पढ़ेंगे दे रहे उसको. तद आत्मानं स्वयं अकुरुत. So तद असत शब्दवाच्यम स्वयं एव आत्मानं एव अकुरुतः कृतवत्. He himself appearing like that. Then इसी को समझने के लिए अगेन वी हैव टू टेक द हेल्प. जो है उसमें से जो आया वो आता है. Is it not? जो मिट्टी है उसमें से जो आया घड़ा आ जाता है ना? और कुछ से नहीं आता, और नहीं रहने से नहीं आता. From the absence or from something else, that this thing cannot come. It should be present and it should be that cause only. So from the non-present or the absent mud, the mud pot cannot come. And also, other than the mud, from no other thing the pot can come. Therefore, the mud alone is, from that only pot came. In the same way, from the non-Brahman, the Jagat has not come, because there is nothing called non-Brahman. From the Brahman only Jagat came, but like the mud, only the pot came from, and the mud is very much permeated in the pot. So too, from the Brahman alone Jagat came, in the Jagat of Rupanama, Brahman alone is permeating. And there is no doubt. Permeating as what? Sadrupena, asti, asti, asti. That is why intellectual thing है, आंखों से दिखने वाला नहीं. That object whichever it may be, like a table you take. Generally the table है क्या? हस्ती. देन टेबल के ऊपर कवर है क्या? अस्थि. उसके चार पांव है क्या? अस्थि. और नीचे सपोर्ट है क्या? अस्थि. अरे यू वेदर यू टेक इट एज अ होलसेल आल्सो, वेदर यू टेक इट एज अ रिटेल आल्सो, you talk about it as asti, asti, asti only. You know, this will come today in our Yoga Darsha Shastra in the 8th or 9th Parikrama. Paramanu Parama Mahat Tattvontasya Vashikaraha will be the mantra, which I have to struggle to explain to you. You understood? Whole earth asti. In that whole earth so big, your own town and your own gully also is asti. Just be attentive. It's all intellectual understandings. So बड़े से बड़ा पूरा भूमंडल है, और आपका एक छोटा सा गली वो भी है. So high is common in both, but in that one common hyper or existence, one side the Brahmanda, the Samashti, Prugloga, another side the Vesti, the gully, both are appearing. So tadatmanam swayam akuruto. So that pure Brahman alone, who is Atma, who is our own self, swayam akuruta, he himself is appearing as Rupanama Jagat. Therefore, what is Vedanta? Don't take Jagat to be independent of Paramatma. Second, see Paramatma alone in the Jagat. Third, drop the Jagat. Fourth, become one with Paramatma. That's it. After becoming Paramatma, now you just know it, ki everything is my own expression, which my, not the stupid ego or jiva, me the Brahma जो हो चुका है, उस मैं ब्रह्म से. तो whenever Krishna in Gita, surrender to me, I will do this, I will do that. When he says, he is saying from the standpoint of Aham Brahmas. Brahma Swarup, yes. Like Ram ji when he gave the upasanas, Mera upasana karo. He did not give from the Manushya Rupa Rama, the Ishvara Rupa Rama, Brahma Rupa Rama, from that standpoint he gave. So we should know the standpoint from where what is talked at what time. Then there will be no confusion. So tomorrow when we come, asadva idamagra asid, it is very clear. Tato vai sajayata, it is clear. Even the third one, tad atmanam swayam akuruta, that also we have, with the help of our original Yajurveda Brahmana, we have understood it. No need to explain much. Because he alone was there. Therefore, anything comes, not only it should come from it, but anything which comes, whatever it contains is must be this only. ओके, ब्रह्म ही पूरे जगत में व्याप्त है. जो जगत ब्रह्म में जो अनमैनिफेस्ट था अभी मैनिफेस्ट हुआ, व्हाट इज जगत रूप नाम. दैट्स इट. नो यद्वै तस्मात् तत्सुकृतमुच्यते. यद्वै तत्सुकृतं रसो वै सः रसज्ञ ह्यवायं लब्ध्वानन्दी भवति. को ह्यवान्यात् कप्राण्यात् यदेष आकाशानन्दो न स्यात् एष ह्यवानन्द याति. यदा हि एष एतस्मिन् अदृश्ये अनात्मे अनिले अनुरुक्ते अभयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते तत्सो अभयं गतो भवति. यदा हि एव एतस्मिन् उदरमन्त्रं कुरुते अथ तस्य भयं भवति. तत्त्वैव भयं विंशो मन्मानस्य तदप्येष श्लोको भवति. तो ये 13-14 सेंटेंसेस हमको पढ़ने हैं. So this para looks to be small, but every line has a lot of things to convey. When we try with utsaha, enthusiasm, to try to study them through the bhashya, without bringing the ego, without bringing the lazy mind, without bringing the distracted mind, with an inspired aham, when we are here, we will enjoy the inquiry, we will understand it, we'll enjoy the understanding also. That is how one slowly opens up his intellect for the truth, for understanding. Once the understanding becomes subtler, then you know what is sadhana. Obvious हो जाता है इसके बाद. अब करते रहो साधना को, then the siddhi will come. Let us see that. Have patience, have perseverance. These are all our highly blessed moments, so too highly testing moments. Highly blessed moments because highest of the Upanishadic Brahma Jnana we are given. And highly tested also because this is where we have to very strongly combat with our own inner enemies of the ego, the likes and dislikes, the mind, because they all know if the self is realized, all of them have to disappear. Therefore, they try you and me, the sadhaka, to pull back to their level by bringing the ego, by bringing likes, dislike, by bringing the doubts, by saying that it is not understandable, it is not there, it is useless. अच्छा खासा हम enjoy कर रहे थे दुनिया को, तुम कहाँ फंस रहे हो? These type of thoughts in the mind, in the ego, come and stop the sadhaka and his buddhi using. That is why he said the toughest of the period also we are there. Highest blessing and toughest time. But these tough times of struggling to understand, when we put forth struggles with the help of Guru and our God, the highest blessings are received. And imagine this vigorous exercise, let's say for next 3-4 months we are doing till this Upanishad is over. Vigorously, not only in the class but at home. नतीजा देख लो कि पूरे बात हमको समझ में आएगा. नहीं किया तो कभी होगा ही नहीं. पूरा नहीं आया तो कुछ हद तक तो आगे बढ़ेंगे ना. In any electrical elections, in one particular place you contested and you have not done a campaigning at all. कोई वोट डालेगा क्या? There will be a doubt only, ये खड़ा है कि नहीं करके. But when you do vigorous campaigning, then there's a confidence in you. That पढ़ेंगे हमको, लगेंगे वोट, हम जीतेंगे. नहीं जीते तो भी, but our vote quantity has grown, percentage has grown, we have come up to very nearer. That joy is there. In the same way, not at all study, we remain as Buddha only. But keep on putting efforts. The joy of effort itself is so great. And if not 100%, 30-40%, the thing starts for coming for our understanding. With that level of intellect, when we rebirth, take another birth, the remaining 40% जो मिस हुआ इस जन्म में, वो उस समय में समझ में आएगा. All in all, don't keep any other way or means as a for liberation other than studying Upanishads. वेदांत उपनिषद को किसी भी कीमत पर नजरअंदाज मत करना, पकड़ के रखना. That's the point. So, and as we are seeing it, every topic, 3 days, 4 days, when I am repeating, then it is becoming easier. As we said in the beginning only, even tougher than the toughest also, with repetition, it becomes easier. That grace Bhagavan has always put on us in our intellects. So let us try tomorrow. So asadva idamagrasi tato vai sajayata tadatmanaga swayamakuruta. Then yadvai tatsukrutam unasovai saha atasma tatsukrutam uchate yadvai tatsukrutam ityadi. Come tomorrow to study. Om. Mm. See, our extra struggle is what? My mother tongue is different, yours is different. We both are talking in a language in which I don't have full bucket of vocabulary expression. You may be having it. So, language also plays a big part and role. Sometimes, no, there are no words or expressions available in that language to tell that thing. कुछ experiences को तो कोई language होता ही नहीं. Like many experiences, an emotional experience, or when you have eaten a sweet, tell how the sweet is like. You can never express. Language is the only means for understanding Shastra, but language is the biggest barrier. Because I must know that language, you must know that language, and that language in the way I am using to convey, same way you have to receive. Then only transformation of the knowledge happens. ये सब intricate चीजें हैं. Then it depends on my mood that day, my interest, my inspiration, want to analyze, explain. मैं कह दूँ कि चल ठीक है आज इसको skip भी कर देते हैं. Luckily हम तो कुछ नहीं skip करते. और आपको भी उस दिन लगा कि your mind also in not a mood, off mood में है, आधा mood में है, निद्रा में है. So many obstacles in Vedanta Shastra. But it should be taken as challenge. Is it not? It should be taken as challenges. That is why the one who gives up everything out of escapism is not the spiritual seeker. The one who conquers every lower things, to conquer the higher things, he comes to Vedanta. इसलिए आध्यात्म में वेदांत में आने वाला बाकी सबसे ऊंचा होता है. थैंक यू. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमऋषिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत्. ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you, friends.